Growth hack your brand and then destroy anything that moves.
You need to grind hustle your platform manifest.
It's all about entropy, elegance, and finance. Blockchain.
Invest in real estate every day.
Invest in meal estate every morning.
You need to mind hack the mind shackles that are grabbing your mind. Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneur. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a day. Eat the man who just fished and you'll eat for a lifetime.
Spartans!
Business money hacks.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Business Money Hacks. My name is Dustin Taylor Hahn.
And I'm Bridge Stewart, and today we are going to be tackling the routines.
Our routines. It's very important to have a routine, especially if you're trying to kind of get your life in order. If you're trying to start a business, you're trying to be successful in that business, you must have a routine. Every big titan of industry has a routine. Tim Apple has a routine. Elon Musk has a routine. Everyone. Stephen Baldwin has a routine.
Stephen Dorff. He's got a hell of a routine.
Do you know Stephen Dorff? Do you know his routine?
Yeah.
You follow him.
He gets up, 2 a.m., sprints for a solid hour. 3 a.m., jogs 1 hour. 4 a.m., takes a nap. And wakes up at about noon and gets his day started.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the day. That was just the interim of a day.
Yeah, he actually doesn't have that much of a routine, I guess. He just likes waking up in the middle of the night and sprinting.
But we have routines. I mean, Bridge, you have a very strict routine. I know that you've been working for years to really get your routine down. It's quite
so
strict.
Important. It's so important.
Yeah.
And this is, for our listeners out there, if you don't have a routine, everything is cycles. Everything is patterns. I say this every episode.
Habits,
every single episode I say this. Cycles and patterns.
I've never heard you say that.
I say
Bridge,
it.
I've never heard you say
I've
that.
said it every episode.
Every episode you've said cycles and patterns.
That is what
we've done 52 episodes, Bridge. You've never said cycle or pattern.
I've said it. I say it every day. Cycles and patterns is what I say every day when I wake up. I wake up from my bed and cycles and patterns. Cycles and patterns. Everywhere there's cycles and patterns.
I mean, that might have to do with those binaural beats that you listen to before you go to bed. That kind of really messes up your sleep patterns. I mean, you put in these headphones and you play a lot of odd sounds that kind of mess with your brain waves. I mean, tribal house
music.
Yeah.
Just a lot of drums, a lot of sounds. It helps you stay active. When you sleep faster.
Well, I know, Bridge, that you've said before you have this cocoon that you've been sleeping in for at least half a year. And how is that working out for you? Because, you've said you only get an hour in that cocoon and the rest of the day it's all grind.
Oh, it's all grind. Cocoon is better than ever. I should probably clean it out. I haven't cleaned the cocoon out in a couple months.
Okay.
So, probably should give that an old rinse down, but the cocoon's going great. Cocoon, wake up, scream cycles and patterns in my room, and followed by a scalding hot shower. Just
brutally
yikes!
Hot, huh?
It's steaming. It's so hot. And that wakes you up. If I encourage the listeners out there, if you've never tried it, boil a little water, pour it all over yourself. Mm-hmm. That's roughly where I'm at in my shower, and followed by a deep slush bath. It's
a slush bath. What is a slush bath?
It's kind of like how there's ice in Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sort of like that, where it's these just slushy water.
So you got the hot shower and then you just bring on the ice.
Scalding and then slush, fire and ice, patterns and cycles. This is the key to the wake up. This is the key to my wake up.
Your very own polar bear club. Population 1.
Population 1. Population 1 caterpillar emerging from a cocoon. Not yet blossomed into a butterfly, but ready to get hot and cold.
So what time is it now at this point after your baths? Your
Oh,
various
this is
baths.
about 6 in the morning.
Okay, so you've had your baths, you've screamed bloody murder and circles and
cycles and patterns.
cycles and patterns, cycles and patterns.
And then I drive to work. I get in my car and I drive to work.
You drive yourself.
Oh, I drive for myself. I'm a mechanical guy. I like the mechanics of a car. I like the cycles and the patterns of how an engine works. What can I say? I'm a gearhead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a real gearhead, me. So yeah, I get in my Tesla and drive to work.
Oh, you've got a Tesla. Because you know that they're self-driving.
Yeah.
But you like to take the wheel.
I tell it to turn off every time because I'm such a gearhead. I'm just a big old gearhead with my Tesla. Mm-hmm. But what about you? What's your morning looking like?
You could call it a routine, but the first thing I do is when I'm asleep and I go into deep sleeps where I don't really know what. I have a lot of dreams, lots of weird dreams about the Shadow Man.
I know
Sandman,
that.
You've known that. Yep. But I've hired this assistant to kind of move my body to different places around the house. Whether it's in a ditch, on the curb, or put me in the attic.
Sleeping in a ditch, huh?
Sometimes I like to wake up in a ditch. So basically, the idea is that I hire this person. I call her nanny, and she drags me around so that every morning I wake up in a different area around the house. And sometimes I wake up behind the house in the woods.
And you trust this nanny?
I trust her explicitly.
To move your unconscious body around.
Yeah, well, I take a lot of pills, so I'm really out.
You're out.
And she's a kindly old soul. She's about 90. She's 90.
She's 90. She's still hoisting you up.
I mean, she's dragging me. We have a little curtain or a little
like
rug
a trolley sort of.
We have a trolley rug sort
like
of.
A wheelbarrow.
A wheelbarrow if need be. But she'll just dump me wherever, and I get to wake up every morning not knowing where I am. So it reminds me of my childhood. Not knowing where I've been, how long I've been sleeping. So I do have that. Technically is a routine, but I'll wake up at 2 in the morning or I'll wake up at 2 in the afternoon. I don't really know. But no matter what time I wake up, I do then have a routine.
That doesn't sound like a routine at all.
Well,
it sounds like it's sort of just like Joker's Wild each morning.
The routine is basically just throw me out into the ocean and see if I float.
Okay, trial by fire, trial by ocean.
That's right. It makes me strong. Makes me, I have my own little polar bear situation. I have woken up in a bucket of ice, and it's been interesting. I scream, as we all do.
As we all do when we wake up.
Scream, and then I have to quickly adapt to the situation.
Interesting. Yeah. And you find that sort of awakens you for the morning.
I become anew. Like you talk about becoming a cocoon to a butterfly. I wake up every morning and I basically feel like a different person.
How many hours do you sleep in each night?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't know when you roughly go to bed. You just sort of black out.
Bridge, when you call me to record these podcasts, I mean, that's the only lucid time in my day.
Yeah. The rest is kind of just
the rest is just a abstract blur.
It's an abstract blur. You're not sure if you're asleep. You're not sure if you're awake. You're not sure if you're in the ocean. It's just sort of what happens. But
I do adapt, and I do have that as a routine. You can call it a routine. So I will wake up, and after my screaming fit, and once I figure out, oh yes, I am me again, I go, I have a cup of coffee. Then I have a tea. Then I have another cup. I have a cup of coffee. Then I have some tea. Then I drink another cup of coffee.
Ooh.
Then I'll have some orange juice.
Lots of liquids going on in the morning.
Glass of milk, glass of cream.
Glass of cream.
Yep. I have a series of mugs on my kitchen table, and each mug is just
it's almost like a pill box, except it's just mugs filled with different liquids.
That's right. I mean, you've been in my kitchen.
Oh,
That's what the mugs are.
Yeah.
For.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of mugs, and I get a lot of mugs. People buy you gifts. It's usually a mug. I say, what do I do with this? Well, each mug will be a different liquid.
Yeah.
And then I have a cocktail.
Yeah. Okay. You start drinking.
Yeah, that's out of my Garfield mug, a little cocktail.
Yeah, and I definitely remember, like, you needed, that was a routine that you really lived by. I remember I was making coffee and I was looking for half and half, and I saw one of the mugs had half and half in it, and so I used that. And you definitely flipped out when the half and half was gone in the chain of mugs that were sitting on the table. You screamed, "Where's my half and half?
Yeah.
Where's my half? I need my half and half."
Yeah. Well, but to be fair, to my defense, that was a weird morning because I woke up in a tiger pit. And there was a tiger in there, and it was my tiger, and I did not feed that tiger. So it was a rough morning. So I do apologize for that, Bridge.
Yeah, those big cats tend to scratch when you don't feed them, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. It's what you said. So wait, Bridge. I mean, that's kind of my morning. There is a form and a function to it. You go to work. Let's start with your work routine when you get into the office.
I get into the office. I go into my office. I sit down in my chair. And I've got some pretty insane back pain these days. So I'll just sort of sit back in the chair and sort of just like groan and moan for about an hour. Just oh.
Did you say for an hour, Bridge?
Yeah, for about an hour. People will try and come in and tell me about like what's going to go on in the day, and I just am moaning and oh God, my back. And people will come and go. I don't really listen to what they're saying because my back is hurting so much. I'm pounding coffee because that can help. Yeah,
I know that. Yeah.
Mix. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'll take a little Adderall throughout the morning, just to get a little pep, just to have a little Adderall in with the coffee.
Adderall's the gods have brought Adderall to us. It's like a palm fruit.
It makes you smarter.
It makes you smarter.
It makes you smarter. It makes you more compassionate.
Yeah.
It's some people say drink more water. I say take more Adderall.
And don't drink water.
And yeah, exactly. Take a bunch of Adderall and don't drink any water. That's what I recommend. Take a bunch of Adderall and don't drink any water.
Listeners of Business Funny Hacks, take Adderall, don't drink water. Take Adderall, don't drink water. Take Adderall, don't drink water.
It makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. It makes you skinnier because of the water weight drops.
Mm-hmm.
You look better. You look like a wiry genius when you're on that pattern.
Yeah. That cycle.
On that cycle, the Adderall no water cycle. And bananas. I eat a lot of bananas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so after the hour moan session of my back, I'll try and waddle around the office, try and tell people what to do here and there.
Work. They kind of screaming at people as they're sitting at their...
You scream belligerently at some random person. Where am I? Where am I?
Just where am I?
Where am I?
You say where am I? I say where am I in the morning. You say where am I mid-morning.
Give me coffee, my back. And that pretty much rounds out the rest of the morning until lunch for me.
So you're kind of like a old ghost. An old ghost in a lighthouse. Where am I?
Old Adderall filled ghost. Yeah. Compassionate ghost.
Yeah.
What does it look like for you when you saunter in the office?
Mid-morning. Well, yeah, Bridge, I don't have an office. You know that. I don't work in an office. I work from home. I'm a man about town. I'll take some Zoom meetings if I need to, but there's no rhyme or reason as to who I talk to and why and when. But after my mugs, I will kind of get started with my work day. It is still a work day. I'll get on the phone with my assistant, start yelling at her.
Yeah.
Demanding my pills. Because I'm heavy in pharmaceuticals, so I need to sample everything. And I need to sample everything multiple times.
Yeah.
I'm a good guy. I'm a compassionate guy as well, and I want to make sure that what I ship out to my customers is good quality.
Yeah.
pill session. Maybe we'll have some people come in, kind of do some sampling themselves, whoever's on the street.
They'll sample the pills.
Yeah, well, we call it market research, where we sample pills. And I'm just behind that mirror, that one-way mirror.
Watching.
I like to watch.
You always like to watch.
I'm like a Cheshire cat. I just like watching.
Yeah, the old Cheshire cat is what they call you on the streets. There's all this sort of street urchin kids. It's like, don't go out at night or this Cheshire cat will get you.
And Halloween,
that's
is
when
just
you
around the
really
corner. Halloween
start
just happened,
snatching people.
Yeah, it's kind of grab them.
Grab them. Nothing like a good, trick or grab. Halloween
grab or treat.
Grab or treat, or both.
So I do my market research, and that's usually mid-morning or whatever time it is. Do my little market research, and then I'll have some lunch.
Yeah.
It's finally time for me to feast. And
what's your lunch looking like?
California Pizza Kitchen.
California Pizza Kitchen. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Just digging into that chain, huh?
Man, is it good. I just love that California pizza.
What kind of pizza are you getting?
I'll take a plain slice of California pizza. Kitchen. Chicken, California pizza chicken. Is it chicken?
What the fuck? It's California Pizza
Kitchen. I got it right the first time.
Yeah.
Whatever they got, I have that delivered. And if the Postmates guy wants to come in the house, have him come in.
Let him come in. Bring in the kitchen. Bring in the chicken.
Well, what I do is for lunch, I like to order the food myself, and then I'll swing the door open. I will be inside the room a little bit farther in. And then they'll say, like, well, sir, do you want to come get it? And I'll say, no, I do not. I'm looking for my keys or whatever.
I'm handicapped.
I'm handicapped. I can't move forward. Just so the guy has to come to me to give me the food.
You like grabbing the pizza in your house.
I don't like to go outside.
You've definitely, embraced that lifestyle quite a bit lately.
Oh, my nails are getting, super, super long. So I'll turn off all the lights. I'll let the door creak open. I'll demand my California Pizza Kitchen.
Get the pizza and then retreat back inside. Come in. Let us feast together. Let us feast as one.
My nanny, my 90-year-old nanny, she's here.
Look at her. She'll eat with us. So it's you, this delivery person, and the old nanny.
The old croon.
The old croon, you call her.
Yeah. She has two sisters. I don't see them very often, but they are upstairs doing whatever they do, spinning their yarns.
They're triplets from what you were telling me.
They are triplets. So, technically they could be switching off for all I know.
That's disconcerting.
Is it?
Who knows? What if there's a bad one? What if there's a good one?
Well, one of them is old, one of them looks young, one of them looks old, and one of them is ugly.
The old, the young, and the ugly.
And, they spin their yarns up in the room and tell their tales and tell me, what's to come, what's to be, what was, and what is.
That's pretty nuts. Have that going on in your house? I wouldn't stand for that, but to each their own.
So tell me about your lunch. Did you eat lunch middle of the day? You said you had bananas.
Yeah. I sort of need to. I'll nibble. I'll nibble. I make some. I'll make a big
leaf,
big bowl of unseasoned, unsalted popcorn. Just plain. Just eat all that out of a huge bowl, completely unsalted. Eat that, have a couple leaves, and then...
So when you say leaves, it's because of the caterpillar thing? You just eat on a big leaf?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying, cycles and patterns. If I'm trying to maintain the caterpillar lifestyle, you gotta eat some leaves, right? So that's sort of my thing that I've been doing. I'm pretty jittery at this point in the day because of all the Adderall. So I've kind of gotten into this sort of morphine craze a little bit that's been sweeping the nation. So...
It has. I know all about that.
Morphine.
Some of my closest partners have been setting that up for you. So.
Yeah, the morphine, the ketamine... horse tranquilizers, all of them, all at once with the popcorn. Just sort of mix it in, sort of, instead of, pouring butter on the popcorn, I pour morphine. And
it's just a big trough.
Yeah, it's a trough, a steel trough filled to the brim with popcorn and loaded with morphine. And that's sort of, I'm sure it's quite a sight, walking into my office, seeing me on all fours, eating from a trough of popcorn. But that's just the caterpillar pattern that I'm living.
You set up a camera inside your office, too, so everybody in the office can watch you.
Can watch and will watch. They will watch. I broadcast it and say, you watch this, check this out. And then I eat popcorn out of a trough. So, that's how I run my business, is by doing all that. And it's very
watch me
productive.
And emulate me is how you're trying to run your business.
Watch this, and then I eat from a trough.
So after you eat from your trough, what's the afternoon look like?
God, I don't know. Usually at that point, it's kind of a blur. The mix of the Adderall and the morphine and the ketamine. It's just kind of becomes a blur. Sometimes I'll find myself just roaming. Just sort of in the office park. I'll find myself in another office, and I like to explore. I like to explore in the afternoon. That's sort of, it's
like Magellan.
Or like a child.
Yeah.
I think it's important to retain that childlike sort of mentality. So I'll just kind of walk around, go in places where I don't belong, sort of say, hey, what's going on in here? And just chewing on popcorn.
Chewing on your popcorn.
I'll put all the
your kettle corn box.
If I don't finish the popcorn from the trough, I put it in a bag.
Bridges.
I put it in a bag.
There's a lot of prizes in Bridges Cracker Jacks.
And start walking around, and I'll just walk into another person's office with my bag of popcorn and say, "What's going on in here? What's happening here? What's going on?" And then they'll say, "You can't be here. You got to leave." And I'll say, "Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me. I'll sue you."
And then you'll call security.
I'll claim you assaulted me. Sexually assaulted. And then I'll say, don't you dare touch me, or I'll claim that. Yeah, I'll just keep eating my popcorn. Yeah, so that's kind of how my afternoon sort of works.
It kind of just sort of fades into the rest of the night, and then you end up home at some point.
At some point, I'm passed out, and I wake up and back to the scalding shower. Yeah. But what your afternoon? What's yours looking like?
I guess the rest of the afternoon is check my emails. Check my other emails.
Your other emails?
I have 2 email accounts. One's business and one's pleasure.
You have a pleasure email.
I have a pleasure email. I sign up for everything.
Wow.
All of it. A lot of pornography. If they want my email, I'll put it right in. They don't even have to ask. And then the rest of the day, I'll just, call up any extra clients that might need what they need, including you. Around that time, you're calling me and you're asking for some more popcorn, aren't you?
Where's the popcorn? Give me the popcorn.
I do. Part of my routine is part of your routine, Bridge. And you usually call the exact same time. It's 6:13 p.m.
Yeah.
You'll be like, I need it. I need more of that popcorn.
Yeah.
So that is part of my routine. I do make sure to prep myself for when you come home. I got the bag right at the doorstep for you. I take care of my friends.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to need more popcorn after my long day.
And, once you get home, then, you and I, we watch Marvelous Miss Maisel, and that's kind of the work day.
Little Marvelous Miss Maisel, Little House.
A lot of my income is obviously supplemental, so I'm able to have sort of a free day. I make a ton of money in the pharmaceutical industry, and it comes in big chunks. So if you have a lot of supplemental income, you have to make sure to give yourself a routine, or it can just turn into, I guess, just the second half of what Bridge does.
Yeah, it's It's tough because, I mean, just like kind of listening to us talk about all this, our days and stuff, it's kind of a marvel we get anything done when I think about it. I mean, like, yeah, there's only like a small chunk of the day
where we're
I'm
actually sitting down and doing it.
Yeah, but I think it's just the level of productivity in that chunk that sets us apart from everybody else. Because, I mean, most of my day consists of either finding or eating popcorn. And a big chunk of yours just seems to be, I mean, to be perfectly blunt, looking at pornography. So it's, I mean, but we're successful, I guess.
We make it work. We can call this a grind, and it's still a grind. I mean, I am exhausted a lot, and I know you are as well.
I'm so tired.
But we could call it a grind. But before all of this, we've had to really put our nose to the grindstone.
Yeah,
and,
you have to put in the work. You have to put in the hours. It's so important. And and that's why we encourage form a routine, make a routine, just like us.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you get a solid routine, no matter how wild it may seem to other people.
And we're tame. I mean, compared to a lot of these guys, we are like puppy dogs.
Oh, we're
like sleeping cats.
This is PG. This is
PG.
Disney compared to these other CEOs out here. I mean, wowie. Some of these CEOs, I mean, it'd make Ron Jeremy blush.
Warren Buffett's routine?
It'd make the Rolling Stones blush. What he's up to.
Yeah, Warren Buffett gets into some wild days. I know he's up there in age, but he has not slowed down.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Caligula.
He's Nero. He's like Nero and Caligula rolled into one.
I know that he puts on this weird persona, like he's the most.
I'm just the folksy guy from Omaha.
But yeah, there's a lot of
Insidious. That's his nickname. Welcome to the Pleasure Palace of Warren Buffett.
You know, you go to Warren Buffett's little shindigs, and there's a lot of grapes and vines, and it's like a bacchanal out there.
Yeah.
It is rough.
It'd make Def Leppard blush.
Yeah. I mean, you say I look at pornography. What he does in his home during the day, every day, on a schedule, too.
His whole wall is just a humongous projected screen of... It's essentially, his alarm clock is just pornography. Like, blaring.
Smut.
Just filthy smut.
Kindly old Warren Buffett's filthy smut.
He'll do an hour of work and then go back to his bed and look at pornography for 7 hours. And then he'll do another hour of work, another 7 hours of
He'll tweet something about, billionaires shouldn't have this much, I want to give back. He'll tweet something. And then bring on the girls.
Bring on the pornography. Maybe not even bring in the girls. Just crank up the pornography more. It'd make Black Sabbath blush.
He makes a lot of people blush.
People come to his house, see Warren Buffett in his bed looking at pornography, and they blush.
And he just lays in the bed all day, too. It's like Jabba the Hutt. His pleasure palace.
Oh, the most sensual pleasure palace is just him in a bed looking at pornography. That is wild, if you ask me.
Anything that you picture in a vomitorium back in the Roman era is what he's doing.
Except eliminate everybody else.
Yeah.
And just have Warren Buffett looking at pornography.
There's something fascinating about that.
And sometimes you try and bring in hot women, and you're like, Warren, like, check this. What do you think? And he says, get out, all of you. I'm busy. I'm working. And then you'll go back to looking at pornography.
Yeah.
That's wild. Oh, Lord Byron would be blushing.
Lord Byron was blushing. He was with the entire Russian ballet. Came in, he's like, Warren, my good man, like, what do you think?
What woman do you want? You can have any woman, Warren. Who do you want? And then he kind of muttered under his breath and said, get me a projector. And then they're like, but Warren, you couldn't have anybody.
Anyone?
Give me a projector. And we hooked that up for him, and he rolled back into bed and started watching pornography.
So it's just an interesting thing. I don't know.
He's a wild cat.
You know, we wouldn't say this stuff on. He's a
Warren Buffett. He is a scoundrel.
A man wants what he wants. What
a
can
man wants what he wants, and you know what you want. And I love a man who knows what he wants. Get out! Get out! Get out!
Get out!
Get out! Get out! Where's the projector?
Bring the projector. I don't know why he's losing all these projectors, Bridge. Like, you only really need
he wears
one
them out. The projector company has the projector company on speed dial.
Yeah, he's constantly needing to buy new projectors because he just burns them out.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But, you know, it's a routine.
That is a routine I can respect.
So that's kind of the episode. That's what we wanted to talk about today. It's very important to have a routine. One thing that we would love to do is hear about your routines. You know, comment on at BMH Podcast on Twitter, or at BMH Podcast on Instagram if you can, or leave a comment on the YouTube page. Tell us what your routine looks like.
Well, thank you for listening. I'm Bridge Stewart.
I'm Dustin Taylor Hahn.